Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. All right, so we're gonna do a review because I finally binge watched all of Emily in Paris 3. If you don't like watching or you haven't seen it, you don't want spoilers, leave because I don't want to ruin it for you. I think it's an amazing TV show for like just simple, like chick flick, happy go lucky, like good vibes because it's just really like a high energy. I feel like Lily Collins, I think yeah, that's the actress's name. She's just a very vibrant like person because I think I've never watched anything from her except for when she was like Snow White for the Snow White movie, and I just thought she had such a like an energetic personality, and she was very like just naturally like a princess. So it was really I definitely when I saw Emily in Paris 3, I was like, "Okay, I have to watch this, and see how it pans out," and it definitely did not disappoint me. I was looking for something just, like, simple, lighthearted, like, obviously, a lot of people say online that it is very fake, and it's very unlikely that anybody would live the life of Emily in Paris. I think that's arguable, depending on who you are. Maybe some girls are able to go to Paris, I don't know, from Chicago and end up getting everything that Emily has. But anyways, I binge watched all of season 3, which is only like 10 episodes, and each episode is like 30 minutes. So it's actually just like a very long movie, still longer than Avatar. But the first season, this is like one of those shows where I feel like it actually got better for me. The first season was good. I actually like season 2 more than I like season 1. And season 3, I wouldn't say I like it the best out of all 3 seasons, but it's definitely gotten more dramatic, and I like that they are definitely getting higher and higher in terms of budget. And visually, it's more stunning to look at, and I'm definitely seeing that they're probably being sponsored, or at least I'm assuming, entertainment purposes only, do your own DD, but I feel like they're probably getting sponsored by, like, some nice places, maybe possibly McDonald's, because they kept mentioning McDonald's for this one campaign. Well, if you've never watched Emily in Paris, basically she works for this marketing company. So they do a lot of marketing, which makes sense. You go to Paris, and you take a bunch of your clients and your different accounts to go to really scenic places, even if the company's not from France. You can go and market them to like have different commercials in beautiful, beautiful settings in France. But I just think that it's really fun to watch, and also because like, I've only been to Paris myself once in my life. I definitely wanna go back, and now I have, like, this crazy list of places that I want to visit, places that were mentioned. Like, for example, in this season, I never knew that there's a place in Paris where I guess I didn't Google, like, how when it was created, but there's, like, some type of a mural, and then like the later in the season. But there's some type of a mural like an artist made with I think like 300 different ways, or maybe 3,000 different ways to say I love you, and it's like a giant artwork. It's like dark blue in the background, and there's all these writings where the artist learned all these different ways. I forget if it's 3,000 or 300. At least more than 300 different ways of like saying I love you, and I just thought that that's really cute. So I definitely want to go there. Yeah, just like I think because one part of her campaign was to have two couples do a proposal, and she was looking for a place that's very romantic in Paris. So I think I might have gone to like one of those places. But there's also the lock and key where you like write your name on the locks, where I think they do that in Korea too, but I've never gone. I mean, I've gone to Korea, but I've never gone to one of those like lock and key places where you buy one of those locks, and I think you write the name of you and your partner down, and you, I don't know, put it up so then your love's locked forever. Maybe you're supposed to throw away the key, but then I heard that either in Korea or in Paris, they used to buy locks and then write each other's names on it like couples, and then afterwards they threw away the key. But then that ended up being very bad for the environment because people just started tossing like keys in rivers and stuff, so they stopped doing that. Hi there, Six Lens. Barface says first time seeing the mic, so official. Yeah. Six Lens says I hold it like a drink. So now I'm trying to hold it here. But I think that's just my natural response to like hold it like this, like an ice cream cone, actually. But yeah, I love it. I'm so obsessed with my mic. I feel like having this just makes me want to do karaoke and like sing covers all the time. So watch out for all of my musical covers coming to you soon. Yes, Jenna is the it girl right now, Six Lens says. Well, Lucy, did you watch Wednesday yet on Netflix? Jenna Ortega is brilliant. Yes, and I heard she's only like 19 years old, or maybe like 20 at most. That like somebody on TikTok, it was just a random video that I was watching, was saying how it's crazy to think that Billie Eilish is still like super, super young, and then Jenna Ortega is like only like 20 years old. I think it's just because like when you start to see celebrities, like for me, I thought Billie Eilish would be older than she is now. So like I guess it's mind blowing because she was so young when she started, like such talent that right now her age is still like very amazing for like all the amount of Oscars that Grammys that she's won. Did she win an Oscar? No, but I feel like one day she will. She is 20. How much did you pay? Oh, I got this as a gift, so I don't know. I don't know how much it is. But I heard or I think it's over $200. At least over $200. Are there any girls or guys in this chat that will use Lucy's hair tutorial? Hey, William Gilbert, I will have you know that I've looked at my statistics. I am actually getting more girl subs than before. So on both channels. There are some girls. I don't know why like they're not speaking up as much on my live streams, but there are girls. They can use my hair tutorials. Or you guys can send it to your girlfriends or your sisters or any other ladies in your life to use my hair tutorials. Much appreciated. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already on this channel and you're new here. This is where we talk about anything under the sun, along with obviously my random TV show reviews. But anyway, so I binge watched it. Took me 2 days. I loved it. I give it 8 out of 10. And I know that's really high, but 8 out of 10 only if you like these happy, vibrant, unrealistic uh chick flick TV shows. But what I did want to bring up with you guys though that I thought was interesting, and if you like these, love stories, triangular love stories, this is the one for you because Emily in Paris started season 1 where she was in love with this guy named Gabriel, this chef, and he always had a girlfriend. And so there you go. That was like their triangle love relationship thingy. And then it just kind of carried over to the second season and then now the third season. And there's so many people that's so mad because like I automatically get a bunch of pop-ups whenever I'm on YouTube or TikTok because I watch Emily in Paris, I think. But I get all these pop-ups and everyone's complaining about Elfie. So for those of you guys that haven't watched it, little background. A lot of girls are pissed off because they're mad that Emily chose or continues to basically choose Gabriel, which is the guy that she met in season 1, kind of like a main character situation. And he basically was cheating on his girlfriend because he started to like Emily right when he met her. He was cheating on he's French, and he was cheating on his French girlfriend because he met Emily. And then when Emily found out that he has a girlfriend, she kind of backed off. But then when they broke up a little bit, they hooked up. And then afterwards, that girlfriend, the French girlfriend, still took back her hot French boyfriend, Gabriel, and basically forced like Lily Collins' character, which is Emily, to not be with Gabriel because well, she was with him first and she wanted him. So she figured out a way to basically make a pact with Emily and be like, okay, we're both not going to have him. And then she ended up taking back her boyfriend. But then Emily ended up finding this really, really amazing guy named Elfie, this accountant. And a lot of people are just pissed off that she basically continues to stick with Gabriel, even though Elfie's so good to her. And I feel like I just disagree with people being pissed off at that because, well, I mean, you guys should make your own decisions. Let me know down in the comment section below if you missed this live stream and you do have feelings towards this whole love triangle thing. But I feel like if you fall in love, like if you fall in love with someone, like Emily saw Gabriel first, even though he is taken. And yeah, I think there's tons of problems and red flags with that dude because I would not want to be with someone who had a girlfriend and then started liking me. Um, lots of issues with that. But I think if I originally liked someone a lot or was in love and then I was forced out of it and then I fall for someone else, I don't think the relationship is that true if I continue to befriend the previous guy. I feel like if you really, really are over it, then you should cut it off, like not talk to them, and then focus on like Alfie, which is the second guy that came in, who's also amazing to Emily, like good looking, great job, like basically gives her everything she wants, super sweet to her. And they're very compatible too, but she always has her heart hung up on Gabriel. I know though, like I know that even though Elfie and her were together and they were really good in this entire season, that she was not going to end up with Elfie, because I just believe, and not just like a TV show, but I think that's the way it should be, that as wrong as it is, you should follow your heart. And even if you don't end up with your first love or the guy who has a girlfriend or whatever, you should always be true and not pick anyone just because you couldn't have the first one. You should definitely get over the first person completely before you move on to the next one, because otherwise it's just not fair to the next person if you're still hung up or you want to be, connected to somebody else that you fell in love with or hooked up with at one point. Lucy, do you want to build a snowman? Yes, I do. I do want to build a snowman. But the snow outside in Canada right now, at least near where I am, is not packing snow. It's not like the good stuff. It's like the dirty snow. Can't really make a snowman with that. I have made a snowman, indeed, though. Yes, but it is love or just infatuation, Six Len says. No, she like loved, I think. Or at least the show makes it seem like she loved or still loves Gabriel, the first guy that she met. Not just infatuation. Oh no, if it was just like infatuation, I would say move on to the second person. Like if you were very much infatuated with someone, but it wasn't love, then I think it should be very easy to move on to the next person that that you do love or think you could love, right? Because I think love is something that you do need to dig deeper into. As much as I like to believe that the whole like Romeo and Juliet, no, not Romeo and Juliet, my bad, just thinking Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack and Rose. As much as I like to believe that Titanic could happen for real and two people can actually fall madly in love and want to die for each other within like, was it a 3-day span period or was it a 2 days? I don't know, 48 hours. As much as I like to believe that, I don't think it's that realistic for me. I don't think you can really, I wouldn't want to die for someone in under 3 days. Probably wouldn't even want to die for someone for like under 30 days. Maybe surpassing 30 days and like nonstop talking and getting to know each other. And then I'll be like, guess what? You can have my kidney. Yeah, but it is love or just infatuation is where it's at. Hi there, Mr. Amore. Welcome. How much can we get longer vlog, no major edits of your Maui trip? Mr. Amore says, no, I'm going to do more Maui trip stuff. That was just literally like nothing. What I posted so far of my Maui trip was just like what the place that I stayed at and like my little walk around at the airport. Actually, I was at OGG airport in Maui for like really long because my friend and I planned it together and she showed up later than me. And then we shared a rental car. So then I was like, okay, well, like I don't want to go and get the rental car, drive somewhere and then rush back to you. So I'll just wait at the airport the entire time. And yeah, I overestimated the airport. I thought it would be like really big and I can like walk around nonstop, but I walked around it probably like 5 times and made a bunch of videos. It's a little too small. We will not do that again. But there's a lot more coming. Don't worry, Mr. Moore. You're gonna see so much of my Hawaii trip. But I do have to do edits because I do it to also like protect other people's privacies because sometimes I just randomly get someone that's in my life in the view. Not that everybody minds, but I just feel better not like including people in it and I don't have to ask. I just like film, do my thing and I'm like, "Don't worry." For anybody that happens to travel with me, I'm like, "Don't worry, you're not going to be in my videos." Maybe a little bit of their voice, but not their face or anything like that. I feel like you can't love someone if only meet a couple times, Six Lens says. The dynamic changes when you live with them. Let me think about that. You can't love someone if you only meet them a couple of times and then it changes when you True. I do I do believe in that because I know many couples, especially a lot of my parents' friends that didn't really live with each other like back in the day, right? Like back in the day when there wasn't Tinder and it wasn't easy to meet people. Um there was a lot of couples that ended up getting a divorce or, just not happy marriages because they didn't really get to know each other in the beginning. And even right now, like I see people around me, a lot of them just getting into relationships. It doesn't even have to be marriage, just like when you are dating, I would argue that even if you've been dating for like 5 years, but you've never lived together, you could possibly break up like within the first 3 months of living together because it is so different living with someone. You learn a lot. You learn a lot about each other. You learn about if they are in fact as clean as they seem when they go out to the movie theaters with you or whatever. Because you don't know if somebody like leaves the socks everywhere on the floor. If you go and have like 5 movie dinners with them or go on 10 hikes, like those things just don't pop up. Are their toilets clean? Do they like, I don't know, have spaghetti on the floor and just not pick it up? There's a lot of things that you should definitely watch out for. And the only way is to live together. So, as much as I feel like I think a lot of conservative folks don't want to live together or don't want their children to live with anybody before marriage, which I respect, like it's whatever people believe in. But from experience and from many, many conversations I've had, you probably want to live with someone first, I would say, before you even get really serious. Like I would not I would not recommend getting engaged with anybody, even speak about the words marriage until you've like lived together for at least 3 months. It's better to be yourself because historically speaking, men and women don't get along only the first days after it's dead fight. Better just stack up your life comforts, Rick James says. Director's cut version of the Maui trip. Sternware says, I will try my best to do more like unedited stuff. But the thing is, why my videos are, I mean, there's not too many cuts. I only have to cut them when like somebody swears, I swear, or like, something bad happens. Usually it's pretty raw. Like I don't put that much effort into recording my videos. I hope you guys know. If you didn't, now you do. There's just a lot of videos. Like the only effort in me posting my vlogs, the only annoying part is me having to put it together, upload it on iMovie, which takes like forever. Might be because my MacBook Air sucks. Like it's just not enough like memory RAM, which I don't know what it stands for, but yeah, it doesn't have enough RAM and memory. I think that's what it's called. It's just not. I have to eventually replace it, but I'm too broke right now, and Tesla stocks are dropping and breaking my heart. Speaking of Jenna Ortega, who's watching Scream 6 in March? Is she in it? I haven't watched Scream in a long time. I don't even know if I've seen like most of the Scream movies, but I know what it is. Probably watch one. I'll probably watch. I probably need to binge it next Halloween or sooner than that. But I'm dying to watch now that I'm done. Now that I'm finally done yesterday, Emily in Paris 3. I think, yeah, that would be next because now I'm just multitasking. I'm watching Grey's Anatomy every day, every night. And then I also slip in there like something else. So now I'm probably going to start Wednesday. I'm probably going to finish it within the next 3 days because I heard it's amazing from everyone. Everyone around me that's already watched Wednesday says it's amazing. And I've already seen enough clips and done enough TikTok videos to know that I'll probably like it. I got to ask a question. What do you think about the gender war that is going on? Alpha male, modern woman, and everything. Okay, I'm unpopular, I guess, opinion is I'm not like, I don't know. In terms of like if this could get political or whatever, I just don't think of myself as a very normal thinker. Like I don't place myself in any like side. I feel like everything should be like nobody should assume anything of anyone. Even if someone voted for Biden or Trump, I will never assume like what their beliefs are, and I think like it's so problematic with our society right now that people are literally like judging each other based on votes for a person instead of like individual choices on individual things. And then in terms of this whole like gender, sex, all this stuff, I feel like I am still learning how I feel about life, period. Like, I think it's a learning curve for everybody. Like, as much as I like to think I'm a good person and, I'm not brainwashed as a child, a lot of the things that I've learned possibly need to unlearn. I know that everyone is, sadly affected by whatever choices that were thrown at us as a child because you don't get to pick whether your parents had cable or not, whether your parents gave you access to YouTube or the internet or anything. So there's like a lot of things I feel like a lot of children don't have the choice to like learn or didn't have the choice to not learn. So there's just like a lot of things that a lot of us grew up with um, that we may think is completely normal, and it may not be. And then you may decide it's normal later on, or you may decide that you need to unlearn a bunch of things. But for me personally, I think cuz okay, I think it's okay to be whatever you want to be. I think if you're a female and you want to wear the color pink, and if you have a daughter and you want to give that daughter pink clothing and your boy blue clothes, that is absolutely your choice. But just also know that once they grow up and they have the ability to choose for themselves, then they shall be able to do whatever the heck they want to do, wear whatever they want, be whatever they want. But at the same time, even though I'm saying people should be whatever they want, I also think that so this is just like, oh my god, I could go on forever about this. I think even though I'm just trying to pick I'll just put it easier this way. I think I'm a female right now. And if I want to be a man, I will never let's say like I want to get a like do surgery or something and I want to turn into a dude. I could do it. I could totally do it. But I think it's just fair to anybody that I don't owe anyone anything if they don't associate with me. But if I, let's say I'm out there looking for love and swiping on Tinder or whatever, I think at bare minimum, I need to tell people this because I don't want to make them think that they're going for a born male and then that's not really what they're getting. So I just think you have to be very honest in this world. Also to avoid a bunch of problems. It's just full communication and honesty. What else? And I think if I decided to be a guy, but then people still and then I want to call myself Luke. Luke Ta's not in here right now. If I want to call myself Luke and I don't want to be Lucy anymore, I think that's also fine. I could literally tomorrow say my name is Jessie, and tell all my friends to call me Jessie. But I feel like I have to cut people slack. Like if I want to be Luke or I want to be Jessie, I want to legally change my name. You should like understand that it's not easy for people to just like change what they call you right away because it's kind of like a pop quiz in school. It's like if everybody started to do that, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to put in a lot of effort to like remember all these things. So I think people need to give others more slack. And I don't think people should be super offended. Like if I turn into a guy and someone forgot to say, because let's say I still look like a girl, but I say I'm a dude. And then if people say she instead of he, I also think that's okay for me to like let it slide because it's not their fault that I look like whatever I look like to make their brain want to call me a certain name. So yeah, I hope that that makes sense. So she slash her pronoun. Um, I really don't feel strongly about the pronouns. Like I understand a lot of people care deeply for them. I personally just and if someone told me like call that person a he or she, I'm just gonna follow. Like, regardless of what they look like, whether I think they look like a she or a he, if someone tells me that, like, let's say I'm introduced to a new friend and then they're like, that's a he, but it looks like a she to me, I'm going to be like, okay, I'll use the term he. But then I will get mad if someone chooses to get mad at me if I accidentally say it wrong. Does that make sense? That's pretty much where I land on all of that. I just think people need to calm down like with that, because we also have to know, like, okay, you guys are English speakers, most of you. There's like languages out there where you don't have the separation. So when you say it, it's honestly just a lot less painful, because you don't have to say he or she. It's literally just like kind of like I don't know how to say it, but there's just a way of saying it, where you're just referring to basically like that person, right? And you don't have to make it distinguish their gender. I just think it's kind of unfortunate that our language has to do this to people, because sometimes I am confused. I don't know. I'm just like that person, because I can't tell if it's a guy or a girl. And maybe if it looks like a guy, but they want to say that they're a she. So like, it's just too complicated these days, guys. I am Moon Speaker. What I got to us here. Okay, I think I'm answering Wednesday and Cobra Kai, best show this whole year by far. Most people have liberal, conservative, and in between thoughts. See, I don't even label it like that, Je. To me, I don't care. Like, I don't care to learn all of these different differences and categorize myself as one of them, because I feel like what's mostly wrong with our world is that we decide like one side of the spectrum can really explain you. And like it becomes like this defense mechanism that people have, like, oh, okay, this is the corner that I belong in, and these are my people. It's like, no, those are not your people. You're not friends. You're not friends with every single person that's a liberal or a conservative, like, I don't know. I don't like politics. I feel like it almost makes people lazy to not make their own decisions in life. Somewhat. That's got to be hard living in LA, Legendary says. Yeah. I mean, again, I respect what people tell me they believe in, every single one of them, even if I don't agree with it. And it's like, for me, it's like going to church, going to different churches around the world. I don't necessarily have to believe in it to go inside. They let me go inside. I'll go inside. I'll check it out. It's like art to me. And sometimes I'll even feel like something when I'm inside a church without even believing in that specific religion. Um, and that's it. I just think people should have respect for others and how they want to live their lives. But those same others don't deserve my respect, I feel like, if they are going to be super angry and pissed off because people get it wrong sometimes. And also super angry and pissed off in like enforcing it like a cop on the world, when sometimes people just don't care. Like, I don't think your Starbucks barista really cares what your name is, and they don't really care to give you the proper pronouns. You know what I mean? Anyways, is English Lucy's first language? Mr. Moore says that is for me to know. And if you ever see me in person, I will tell you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this, what was supposed to be Emily in Paris 3 review, by the way. But back to that. I highly recommend for those of you guys that do like these happy little TV shows, because I do think the vibrant colors and the nice places that they go to. Oh, and I love almost all of the outfits. I do really judge the outfits on Emily in Paris because they're supposed to be very cute and like they work in fashion. But a lot of the outfits I didn't actually agree with, but they're still way better than most of what's in my closet. It's just really, I think, a fun, happy show that I would rate 8 out of 10. Recommend. Your hairstyle tonight makes you look evil, though. Raw Food Writer says, what? I actually did this hair to mimic a child in my future short video. This is supposed to be a child. Is this evil? I feel like there's a lot of people in LA that's in the LGBTQ community. Legendary says, yes, but not just LA, like many, many places. And that's, again, I have nothing against that community. I have friends in LGBTQ communities. And I follow a lot of influencers that are from that community. It's not that. For me, you guys asked how I feel about it, and I feel about it like anything in the world. Just respect others, be nice, be kind, give people time to learn, and then also know that just because it's important to you doesn't mean it's important to other people. Thank you guys. Take care, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.